making your way in the world today, you really need a pod. Why don't you put your headphones in and give this one a shot? Wouldn't you like to just listen away and go to a place where everybody knows who you are? Listen to two guys brew ha-ha, Cold Street Brewery and Full Buddy Cast, two of the greatest names. Why don't you go and listen to this episode? All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening to another episode of Full Buddy Cast presents BrewHaha. Sean's already doing what he does. Sean McDonald from Cold Street Brewery, 1627 Cold Street Brewery, Enumclaw, Washington. Plenty on tap, plenty of beers, plenty of flavored beers, plenty of friends, plenty of good times.
It's a place to come down.
Sean gave up on it, and I'm happy that he did. We got the beer of the week that we're going to be, he's pouring right now. What is this delicious beer of the week that we're looking at?
So this is our Mango Peach Weizen. This is a mainstay. This is on every day, year round. We started it as a seasonal, but we discovered that we can get the mangoes from our Tres Rianos Mexican restaurant.
Nice.
Or Mexican food store.
Yes.
Sorry. So we can get the fruit year round. Super lucky. Sometimes the peach gets a little lackey, but we can always get the mango. And that's why it's a nice, refreshing, even in the wintertime. It's a great beer. It's well balanced. It's a fruit forward, so obviously it's fruity, but
it's pH balanced for a man. Or wait, or what's it? Is that how it goes?
it can be for
strong
a
enough for
well.
a man, but pH balanced for a woman. Are you sure?
It can go either way.
It's sure. It's delicious. This is
easy drinking. It's low on the ABV.
So my cousin came out from Florida, and he had this during the Christmas time. And, you know, when you get told that you're going to have like a mango beer, you're probably picturing like maybe a White Claw that tastes like a mango.
Yeah.
And when you have this, it's delicious.
We use real fruit in this.
Yeah.
So White Claw tends to be like extract where it's that extra sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
It's really refined. This is real fruit, so it's real good, real fruity.
He said it was great. It was his favorite beer that he had. It's a good dessert beer. I like it to, like, let's say I go eat at the Rainier or Il Siciliano, or I just go out to eat at that point. I come back, I'm walking back Cole Street, and I'm going to stop in. That's going to be like my nightcap in a sense, my little dessert beer. That, you know what they say? They'll say, "Oh, hey, sir, do you want any dessert?" And I'll say, I'm going to go to Cole Street. Sorry.
Well, you might call it that. I call it an every day, any day.
I like it. Okay, fine.
I think it's light, so it's it's sessionable too. So like you're mowing the lawn.
You didn't like it that I called it the dessert beer.
No.
I love it. It's nice.
I think a lot of people have a connotation about that. So when you say dessert beer, super oversweet, I can only drink a little bit of it. I'm not going to finish a whole pint of it. I can
drink like 5 of these.
Yeah, I can put 5 of these down without a problem.
Right. No, I agree with that. What's the ABV on our alcohol content?
So this is right at 5%. So it's the
yeah.
same as your shit, whatever.
Your shit beer that we call shit's light.
Sure.
Shit's light.
Sure. Yeah, it's just like one of those beers, only much more flavorful.
So I don't know if you've heard the story yet. When I haven't told it yet.
Oh no.
Maybe we'll share it. I said I would send it out.
Is this another one of your poop jokes?
No, it's a real story.
Are you trying to bring a ha-ha to this?
No.
Finally.
But I did say...
Isn't that what this show's
here's
called?
The thing.
I bring the brew.
Yes.
Where's the ha-ha?
But there's times where like you want to see or hear the reaction of one of your favorite guests or one of your favorite hosts. And so I've told this story with Joey. I've told this story with Garage Night. I haven't told the story with you unless you already know the story.
I do. I already know the story.
Okay.
It's a poop joke.
No, it's not a poop joke. It just happened in Vegas.
Oh, this is the thing where you were going to tell all your Patreons.
Yes. And I told all the Patreons. I don't know if Apollo Doggo has learned
Doodle.
English. Doodle has learned English yet and read.
He has not passed it on to me, no.
Okay, so I'm going... Do you want the reaction or do you want to save it? Because I think people want to hear your reaction to this story. Do you want it?
I guess.
Okay.
Now's as good a time as any.
I
got a beer in my hand. Here, let me fill up my beer.
I'm going to go very fast on this one because it's kind of a long story. But the main thing is I shit my pants in Vegas.
Did you get paid when you were on old school, old street, whatever, old town? Did you did you stand on one of the buttons at Old Town and say, "Give me $10, I shit
my
myself"?
pants? No, that's actually a great idea though. So let me tell you real quick. So we're there for my uncle's 60th birthday. My parents are there. I got uncles and aunts, my brother, and we're staying at the Palazzo Casino. He's staying at the Caesars. He's got a suite, and my brother's staying at New York. My mom and dad are staying at Caesars. Anyway, everyone's on different floors. Okay, so halfway into this trip, I've been to everyone's room at some point and had to go on someone's floor. And these floors at the casinos aren't like 1 through 12. It's like
a lot.
They're freaking skyscrapers. And so I was down at the bottom of our hotel gambling with Jamie, and I'm like, well, I need to go to the bathroom, and I've been using public restrooms, so I don't worry about that. But the hoodie, I wanted to change my hoodie out. So, well, to kill two birds with one stone. And I've been drinking, and I get to the hotel.
You like to get naked when you go poop.
I'm just going George Costanza, just getting naked. And I get in the elevator, and I can't remember our floor at all. And the slip, where it comes in, that's at, you just put it in you put the actual card in your wallet. You don't actually, I should. I'm going to going forward.
You should always text yourself.
Yes. Oh, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Genius move right there.
Until your battery runs out on your phone, and then you're dead.
Then you're screwed.
But then you're screwed anyway. You're like, I can't call anybody. I don't.
Thank
I'm
goodness
lost.
My phone was charged. So I go up 48 floors, and I walk down because you have to walk. You don't just get out, and they all look the same. But you get out, you walk, and you go, oh, this wasn't my door, and I come all the way back. I know my room number was 911, ironically foreshadowing what was going to happen to me. Floor 47. At this point, I'm clenching hard. Like this
911. So isn't it on the 9th floor?
No. They have that's 911
on that floor.
On that floor, for whatever they call. I don't know why they call, but there's floors. I mean, anyway, but so I'm trying to text Jamie. You have horrible service. She's not paying attention. And I'm like, I can't go back down, walk across the floor. I can't go down 47 floors and walk across the casino floor and find the public restroom. I won't make it. I'm underneath a shot clock at this point. And so I'm like, I got to guess a few more floors, which I did. I'm texting Jamie. She's not picking up. I finally call her. She's not picking up. She's gambling. She's not even looking at her phone. Finally, she calls me, and I'm telling you, if I guessed on one more floor and got it wrong, it would have been over. I'm thinking about where I could possibly go. I didn't
plant her.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking garbage can. I was thinking, but they're gonna have cameras everywhere. I see this guy just shitting everywhere. So I go to my wife calls me, and I just scream at her, not mad, but hurriedly. Please, what room are we? Or what floor are we? And she's like, we're floor 37 or 38. I can't remember now even. It's one of those. And so I'm off by 10. Anyway, I go here's the thing. I didn't shit my pants. My body shit my pants for me. Uh-huh. Okay. So I didn't make the decision. My body made the decision. Big difference. I wasn't thinking it. It was thinking. I open the door. I see the toilet. My body goes release because my eyes see it. And my body, so it's like a Pavlov's dog thing. Again, see it. And anyway, I got halfway in, and then it was a murder scene. Anyway, long story short, I cut it really short, but that's my story. And then the follow-up question is, other than your reaction, which you were a really good reactor during this,
I'm drinking.
Joey's checking his phone the entire time, and Craig and Corey, they're just drooling, and I had Seth there, but you reacted. Thank you. When was the time you shit your pants?
I was at work one time when I worked for somebody. We'd been out drinking really late the night before. Came in. I didn't really feel that bad.
I love that I love this.
I didn't really feel that bad. But at the same time, I was like, I don't feel right. And it was one of those times where you're like, ooh, kind of got some gas. I think I'll just let one go. And then you're like, oh shit, that's really wet. That was first time ever.
Oh, in your
First time
entire
ever.
life.
Yep. And then I was like, oh, fuck. So then I go in the bathroom, just throw away the underwear, right?
Yes.
But then wander around, and then it's happening again. I'm like, oh, God, I got to go to the bathroom. And then go to the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Handle business, right? Then go out, working.
Happens
like,
again.
And I'm like, oh, my gosh. And now I'm scared. I'm scared to let anything go.
You're not farting with confidence.
Yeah. But then, and at the end of the day, I'm like, dude, I just can't. I can't. I gotta go. I gotta go home. Like, I didn't really feel that bad. That's the other thing of that story. There's been times where, where I've like, oh God, like in the car, you've done a car ride, and you get somewhere,
coffee, get some coffee. Yeah.
I gotta go. You get to the door, you see the bathroom, and you're like, oh, you're trying to get the belt
going.
off,
Yes,
and you're like, oh, and like 5 minutes ago,
I'm so glad I told this.
5 minutes ago, you didn't have that problem. You're like, I kind of got to go.
Right.
But as soon as you're right within punting distance, you're like, oh God,
yes.
I really got to go.
Holy
shit,
Everyone
I really got to go.
I love that old man voice you did there too. I was like so surprised that you even would be, I thought you'd just be like, usually what I get with Sean is I tell like a kind of a story like that. He kind of goes,
poop jokes are not funny.
He goes, and then he moves on to the next thing. I'm just glad that he had the same experience and he knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's all we need to talk about. I promised the Patrons I would tell you. And you know what? Let's just shout out the Patrons real quick right now so that we can get that out of the way as well.
So after we finish this beer, you don't forget about them?
Exactly. I
or
almost
forget their names.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Kyle Pierce, Holly Graff.
Not there, but we should get Kyle Pierce on there. Kellen Hall, Holly Graff, Eric Madrid.
I forgot Kellen.
Kellen and Kyle are kind of the same. Kellen Hall, Holly Graff, Eric Madrid, Adam Kenny Art, Seth Loop, Cassie Spencer, Amanda Keating, Ira Potter, Shekinah Sarver, Jared Skelly, Homer Robertson, Veronica Lara, Ben Illman, James Roberts, the dashing Jamie Kenny, Apollo Dolo. Doodle.
He's a doodle. Like a poodle, only doodle.
He's a doodle. And then Jackson Zeidhook. I get this one mixed up all the time. I'm so sorry about Apollo Doggo, Doodle, Dolo. There's so many of them out there. Sean, the other day, it was like 60 degrees in February.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It was. It's very nice.
And it was a warm-ish day. Still cold.
In the morning,
at
night, it's cold.
Right.
In the middle, it's nice.
It was sunny, and I was golfing.
Nice.
My question to you.
63 and cloudy. Actually, 65 and cloudy.
That's your perfect day?
Perfect day.
63 and cloudy.
63 to 65. I don't like hot. I like medium.
You
like
a
sweatshirt
where you made a good decision wearing jeans?
I always wear jeans.
I know, but you made a good decision wearing jeans. That's what I'm saying. Like
it's always a good decision.
It was a good decision.
It's always a good
you know
decision.
What? Everyone's jealous right now that I'm wearing jeans. They're wearing shorts. They're still cold. I'm wearing jeans. They're wishing that they were wearing jeans right now.
I'm just finding a pair of jeans.
What is your perfect summer day? Like when you're thinking about summer.
Perfect summer on the lake. I can get to 70, maybe 72.
Are the jeans still on?
Fuck yeah, the jeans are on. Jeans are always on. I said on the lake, not in the lake.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not swimming.
Have you swim in jeans?
I wear shorts to go swimming.
Okay.
But I don't wear shorts unless I'm going swimming. Like I get to the lake.
I'm surprised you're
shorts.
I'm surprised you're not one of those like
swimming.
1920s like full swimming suits where it's like it's like a onesie kind of.
I don't wear shorts for sure.
I wish you would.
No.
If we get enough people to somehow pressure you into it, will that?
No.
Not enough. Dang it.
What if they're jeans and they go down past my ankles?
Oh, will you do cutoffs? Will you do Daisy Dukes? They're still jeans, and then you've cut them.
No.
No. Dang it.
No.
All right. So your perfect day is 70 degrees on the lake.
No. Perfect day is 63 to 65, cloudy.
Perfect summer day.
And
you're waking
65, cloudy.
You have the day off.
Yeah. That'd be nice. Yeah.
So I know that doesn't happen often, but you have the day off. You're waking up in the morning. Are you skipping breakfast? Big breakfast? Go out to eat? Like, what would you do?
Well, I think we've talked about this. So I'm allergic to bacon.
Right.
Have we talked about that?
Lots, yes.
So yeah. So I don't really eat breakfast.
Right.
Because if I go out to eat, most places like spread that
Everywhere.
bacon grease
It's
everywhere.
on the eggs. It's yeah.
I can get
That's how they cook it.
Yeah, I can get pancakes and it still has bacon grease on it.
Right.
Kills me. So I'm not a big breakfast person. Like I'll grab an apple. I'll grab something light and start the day. And then, I'll bring granola bars or something like that to kind of like kick me up, and then until I get to lunch. But yeah. Summer day starts
so then are you hiking? Are you
give or
sleeping
take.
in? So perfect summer days.
7 a.m.
7 a.m. Is
I
it
mean,
like
sun's up at 5, so
yeah?
that is sleeping in.
Are you grabbing a little coffee? Are you a coffee person?
I mix it up. So unfortunately, I have a really good friend. The ball racing, or their whole family, really good friends, and they were sponsored by Rockstar for a long time, and they used to give me like cases of Rockstar.
So you're kind of
so I was addicted to Rockstar for I don't know, 395 days, and then I've switched over to I have a slight addiction to Monster, but I can give and go that. So I pretty much like every 2 days I switch to coffee, and then I switch back to an energy drink, mostly Monster. So I could go either way. It depends on the day of the week. Depends on my rotation. I don't like to go straight at either one of them. Coffee gives me the toots, so I try and avoid that one.
We were talking about shit in our pants the other day, so I can understand why you're going to skip that one, because right now it brings back that PTSD. So, and then are you hiking? Are you going for
that sounds like work.
2-hour drive?
It depends. Is there a point to the end of the hike? Like, am I going fishing at the end of the hike?
Yeah, let's say that.
Am I hunting? Am I hunting an animal?
Yeah,
and I'm hiking to hunt an animal. Sure, absolutely. But if I'm just hiking no.
Do you like lake fishing? I should say stillwater fishing, or like ocean fishing.
Ocean fishing or lake fishing, yes. I don't like river fishing. I don't hear very well. It drives me nuts. I'm sitting there fishing on the river, and somebody walks right up to you and goes, "Hey!"
And
like,
I didn't shit your pants.
I didn't fucking hear him coming.
Right,
it drives me nuts.
Right,
absolutely.
Right into the river.
So I don't fish rivers, but lakes, ocean, either way.
Okay.
Could go
so then,
ways.
are you on the shore type of a fisherman when it comes to, or on a dock, or are you like the boat? You like being?
I prefer the boat. Yeah. Prefer.
And
yeah.
Are you power baiting? Are you got?
Oh hell no!
What are you rigging? Are you trolling, or are you?
No. Live action. So I used to do a lot of bass fishing. So I'll do like river jigs. I'll use spinners or that sort of thing. Some type of flash bait, some crank bait, something like that. It depends on which fish I'm trying to target. If I'm in saltwater, it's the same thing. Saltwater, I use more bait. So cut plug herring. I'll actually cut the herring. Use live. You can't use live bait anymore, but live-ish bait.
Yeah.
But power bait, nope. Never. Bobber fishing,
mallow,
nope.
Mallow, garlic mallow.
No.
So we used to do when I was a kid the backpacking mallow, or backpacking worm and a mallow, and then
worm's a tough one. I don't like using worms, but you can't. It's a hard one to argue against. The worm does it
attracts.
Nails so many fish that
Yeah.
you're like, I'm not a bait fisherman, but
right.
It's sometimes you kind of have to.
Now, have you ever put like hunting? You say you're a hunter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever put like a rabbit and drove a stake into the ground through the rabbit's neck?
Live rabbit?
A live rabbit. It'd be the same thing as using a worm for fishing. Yeah. And so you drive the.
That's technically illegal. That would be baiting.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying
law,
it's kind of the same thing. I just think
no, that's against the law.
Yeah. Then worms should be against the law.
Also, what you're talking about there is you're trying to get some predator type thing. I love dogs. Absolutely love dogs. You
use them as bait?
No. So I've never gone coyote hunting. I'm not saying that I haven't shot a coyote because they were doing bad things and they needed to be taken care of.
Put down.
But I don't go coyote hunting. You can get bobcat the same way. I'm not a cat person, so I could shoot a bobcat with no problem. But I don't do that sort of thing, that bait sort of thing. The only thing, like turkey hunting, I'd put up like a decoy to get turkey in. and ducks you use decoy, but other than that, like bigger game, you don't really use a decoy sort of thing.
Well, so with that, by the way, Homer is just listening to this, and he's ready to just like hug you. He's listening to this fishing. He's like, you know what? Bring me on. I want to talk fishing. Maybe
I think it's a little under. So everybody's always selling fishing gear at garage sales and that sort of thing. Fishing gear never goes old. Like some of the old stuff is actually the best stuff.
Really?
Like when your grandfather passes away, grab his fishing box and take it, because a lot of those lures and a lot of those things, you might have to change the hooks. Like the hooks will get rusty and they might break and that sort of thing. But the lure itself, it's golden for it, and it's built way better than the ones that are built nowadays. So, and the other thing is like, I haven't fished. Well, I fish off and on, but I used to be super serious where I'd go all the time, every weekend I'd go fishing. But I always I haven't had time. I put it in the closet. I can pull it out of the closet and go fishing at any time.
Yeah.
You can just walk out there and it never gets old. It lasts forever. And with fishing, it's, dial it down, just go out.
That's good. That's a good look. Are you hitting any garage sales on your perfect day in the morning?
Yeah, I don't mind a garage sale.
What-
now and
what-
then. You never know what you're gonna find.
That's what I'm asking. What do you collect as you're walking through that garage sale? Are you looking for like beer glasses, or are you looking?
My mind is always working. So I've done escape rooms in the past. So I'm always looking for something, some type of box that I can make a little Heidi Keys box out of it. Some type of and then on the flip side, like I'm hunter fisher, so there's always some type of gear or some type of thing. Like, oh, all right, yeah. On the beer side, they're the same thing. A lot of times there's collectible stuff that people don't realize what they got. And it's like, oh, yeah, I'll definitely pay $5 for that.
Knowing Sean, this thing was priced at $15, and Sean's like,
well,
yeah, $5.
in my pocket.
And the guy's like, okay, fine, I got you rid of it.
I won't deny if it has a price tag on it, it's not going to get sold for that price.
Do you like haggling?
I don't like haggling, but
is it haggling or haggling? I'm drinking too much.
Haggling. Yeah, haggling. Yeah. I feel
Are you
like
hankering for haggling?
I feel like it's a have to, especially at garage sales. Again, because a lot of times people really don't know what they have, so sometimes they put a price on it. You're like, oh, no, this is not in the realm. And on the flip side, it's like it's a used old thing that you're basically throwing away. So why should I pay full price for it? I'm going to talk you down because I don't really need it.
Right.
But that being said, it's right there. So
it's right there.
Could get it.
You got cash in the pocket.
Yep.
Are you a cash in the pocket guy, or are you a debit card guy?
Oh yeah.
Venmo.
No. Yeah, everybody asks about Venmo. I don't have a Venmo. I don't use any of those things.
Give me those old coins instead.
Yeah. So for a garage sale, definitely cash. For traveling and doing stuff like business trips and that sort of thing, it's card, but that's business card.
Yeah.
Not
you got to write it off. You need receipts.
Yeah.
Emails.
Yep.
All right. So after the fishing, after the hunting, after midday, your lunch, are you packing your own? Are you going out to eat?
That can vary. It depends on what I'm doing. Most of the time, I love little dive bars. I love little dive cafes, that sort of thing.
Dude.
I'm always checking out the local
Always
scene.
checking out and taking a picture, post on Facebook, and I'm like around lunchtime, because you're doing this in the middle of the week, maybe like a Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I'm staring at this thing and I'm going, I'm at freaking work right now, Sean. I want to eat that right now. You need to go pick that up and bring it to me.
Yeah. I'm also one of those people that I walk in and I really don't come in with any expectation. Like whatever's on there that just grabs my eye, I'm like, oh, that sounds, interesting, different. If it's something different, I'm always going to go for it. Just to be able to say, yeah, I went to this and you should definitely check out this place. They have this great, like, well, what is, I like that somebody has to ask more questions.
Yeah.
That means that you're involving that place more. Like, oh no, this place has that, versus you go in and get, French fries at every place. Like, well, they have French fries. Well, yeah, this place has French fries. Why would I drive over there to get French fries? Something different. Always, keep it local. Somebody, even, I'm out of town, but it's in their area. It's local. Try and get them in there.
And then afternoon, Are you golfing? Are you playing softball? Are you umping? Are you watching softball? What is or is it anything to do with softball? What's your afternoon looking like?
Well, I don't know. Again, it depends on
Perfect summer day. You get to choose it. Magic wand.
Magic wand. What would I do? Should I
catch a Mariners game? Like, do you like watching live sports?
So have we talked about Genie in a Bottle?
Let's do. No.
Genie in the Bottle. 3 wishes.
But wait. By Christina Aguilera?
No. Genie in a real genie in a bottle. You got 3 wishes. What are your wishes?
Well, obviously wishing for more wishes.
No,
can't do that.
Can't do that. That's against the rules.
Okay. My 3 wishes would be, wealth, obviously. I can do more things. I would do health because I would want to live longer with, and then stealth where no one can find them. Maybe I'll go absolutely, like, I can go invisible and I can go do things that are invisible.
There's one wish that I have.
Okay.
One wish in my whole life that I've always wanted. Time. I just want time.
Ooh.
Give me time. I can control time.
The magazine?
Nope.
Okay.
Time. The clock.
The Beatles song?
No, time. Because I can, if with the control of time, I can do all of my work things and then go do all of my fun things.
Yeah.
I can go get another education, learn something new, and still go and do all of my fun things.
So basically, what you want to do is you want to be Zach Morris. You want to say time out, and then everyone else freezes. You go get your work done, and then you time in, and then you go about your day.
You can control time. So many things could change.
Time would be great to control.
Yeah.
Good call on that.
One wish.
One wish.
I can make plenty of money.
I think that's a song.
Travel the whole world. If I just controlled time.
Sean, your teleportation would be good too.
Well, I know,
flying. I hate like the air. I mean, I like the vibe of vacation flying, but then when
it is kind of crazy to me that so many things from Star Trek have come real. So we have cell phones.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
But teleportation.
We have laser guns.
Yeah. All these things come true from that, but they didn't actually create teleportation. What the hell?
Not yet. It's so weird that your body would not
Well, you're a facsimile of yourself, so you're a little different each time. But I'll take it.
You just are. You're like
a little bit,
fax.
You're a little bit different when you fly.
A little
anyway.
faded. Yeah. All right. So and then how are you ending it? Are you getting dinner out to eat? Are you cooking yourself? And then are you? Wait, we didn't even talk about your freaking afternoon. What are you gonna do in your afternoon?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, what's your dinner?
Yeah.
Do you want free time? Like, I guess that you said time, but like when I say, hey, you have a day to yourself, are you like, okay, cool, I don't want it planned at all. I just want to just wherever the wind blows me, whatever is going on, that's what I want. Oh, we're going to get you like this morning. And then, no, I just want to just go do what I want to do.
Yeah, I don't really, on true days off, like, no, it's wherever the wind takes it. I don't have, but there are times where you have to kind of schedule things out. I have this much time.
Right.
I prefer not to. Like a relaxing day, my perfect day would be, no, I have no real restrictions. I don't have to be anywhere at any certain time. I'm just going to.
Would you nap the whole time? Are you a nap guy?
I like naps.
Do you like the 20-minute power naps?
For sure. I don't nap. When you say like sleep in, I don't really sleep in, but I will take a nap. I'll take a siesta. It's a nice sunny day. Sunny day on the lake. Fish aren't biting. Put the pole down. Take a
nap. Poles in the water.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you. I wanted to hear about your summer day. By the way, this was brought to my attention, rudely, I might say, by one of our listeners, one of our fellow friends, one of our people, one of the hosts of another episode.
Uh-oh.
Very rude of him. He thought it would get to me. It didn't really get to me at the time. But then
well, you're bringing it up like he's very rude.
But then I thought about it.
Kind of
into
you.
At the time, I was like, oh, I didn't really care about that. That's cool that you did that.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
yeah, you do.
You do.
No,
I feel like
you're
freaking
threw you under the bus about it.
Okay.
Somebody got to level 40 before I could.
Oh, we're talking about that silly game.
That silly game
that you're the one that started the whole.
And I'm like, how did you do this?
I didn't even do it until you started talking about it.
Sean said I could do the double screen. He goes, I never did the double screen. How did he get so fast up? And he said he didn't trade. Yeah. I thought he was trading left and right.
Yeah, I know. He talked to me about that. He's like, well, I have these reward things that I
Right.
need to trade.
Yes.
Can we get together? And so then
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I had thought he'd traded before too, and he didn't know how to trade. I'm like,
we're talking about
you've never
We're
traded?
talking about Pokemon
right.
Go right now and Craig Bentley, and I almost said, you know what? You're off of Full Buddy Cast. No, I didn't care. But the fact that he planned it out,
I feel like that
that
you bring
was
it
the
back
thing.
up.
That was the thing. I was a little pissed. And then
that was his main goal.
and he was just talking about you the whole time. He's like, "Oh, Sean told me this. Sean told me that."
That was actually kind of my goal to get past
Yeah, to
you.
get at me too. I appreciate that.
Then I got past you and then some.
Dude, you guys are crushing me.
I blew your doors off.
I play this I mean, I understand you. You make sense. You got gyms all around you. You got Pokestops all around you.
Sitting down there bored.
If you're bored and it's there and it's open, it makes sense. For him, I mean, yes, he's got a made-up occupation. There is no way in this world in 2022 that you can be a land surveyor that an app cannot do the job that you're doing. There's not you are still pulling out the 1745 telescope.
Yeah, three-legged thing.
Stupid. You're wearing an orange vest. You know that is not a real job. And so I know now he hasn't done shit except for play Pokemon Go while he's working.
That's the same thing. It's like where you work is where you kill the most time.
I am so mad. Yeah. And here's me. I can't play that game while I'm working. I'm always on. Even when it's bored, I've got other So anyway, I'm pretty pissed off about that. So there you go.
You'll get there. You're at what, 37?
I think I'm at 34.
It's like 3 more levels. I think you're at
what
30.
am I?
I don't even know.
And here's the thing. I go to Vegas and I can
Oh yeah.
So they can't triangulate on where I'm in the Venetian when I'm sleeping. I'm like 48 rows up, or I guess I was 37 that one time. But they can't triangulate, so I'm always walking in a circle. And so when I go to bed at night,
you get a lot of steps.
I put my hat, I put my eggs on, and I just go to sleep. And then they hatch the next morning.
Oh wow!
And yeah, so
I didn't know that.
So I cheat the crap out of it.
Cheater.
That's it. I'm not freaking Brandon Thorpe over here. Really hardcore cheating. But
yeah, where he jumps around and that sort of thing.
What an idiot!
I mean, I walk a lot, so I hatch a lot of eggs anyway. But that's just because my job. I walk a lot. So.
Yeah. Well, you're always moving.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about in a past episode where we've gotten fake IDs, which made me think about where we may have, if you ever have buffooned an ID before. Maybe you read it wrong and it was a legit person, and you're like, or maybe the age. I know in the grocery store culture, it's a weird thing. If you say no, then you can't say yes, because then
can't change your mind.
You can't change your mind.
Oh.
And I don't know if it's because you may have the liquor board come in and say like, "Oh, here's my ID," and you're like, "Oh, that's not it." "Oh, wait, let me show you my
Oh, true.
And so you have
change
to
IDs.
You can't, yeah. So you have to once you say no, you can't say yes. And I got a passport. The guy's in the freaking military. He showed me his military ID, which I've never seen before.
Yeah, flip it over.
His passport, and I'm like, this is obviously fake. And so
a passport's fake?
I didn't know how to read a passport. I've never seen one before.
God.
I'm freaking in freaking Four Corners, Maple Valley, Washington. And I'm like, I said no to this, and he's like, "Here's my passport, dude. I serve the freaking country. I'm a military. And people, the line's backing up. People are looking at me like, I said no I can't say no. I can't say yes. It's policy. I'm so sorry. You can go through someone else's line. I'm super sorry." But it was a weird, yeah. So I buffooned it a few times with that. Have you buffooned it ever?
Yeah, there's been times where, I won't say times. There's been a time somebody came up and they gave me ID, and it came up in a group. They always come together. So you start looking at all the IDs, and you're like, right now it's a great year where it's we're in 2022. Mm-hmm. So if you're 2021,
you're doing the math,
right? You're 21,
yeah,
right? That's if you were born in 2000.
Genius. Yes,
you're 21, right? So now if it's 2021, or excuse me, 01. But before that, it was one of those, like, I looked at everybody else's ID And then I looked at this person's ID, and I'm like, all right, so that's within the same. They're all like right at 21.
Yeah.
21, 22. It's super early. And I look at it, and I glanced at it. So you're looking at the date, right? With 21-year-olds, you got to look at the month
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
And so I glanced at the month, and I'm like, all right, it says March, and we're in March. So, and then I looked at the date, and I'm like, okay. And then I gave it back to them, get their drinks, go off, and I'm like, wait a minute. What is today's date? Is today's date the 8th, or is it like after the 8th? No, it's not even the 8th yet. So then I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. Stop right there. I need to see your ID again. It's like, what? You already served me my drink. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to grab this drink because you arguing with me. I automatically feel like I did something wrong.
Right.
No, you already served me that. You can't take that away. I'm like, well, let me see your ID again. It's like, no, you already checked my ID. This whole thing. I'm like, no, I'm going to go with, I'll give you this back if you show me your ID again. If you can't show me your ID, then I think I made a mistake.
Right.
And it was a matter of like, he's like, well, I'm almost 21. It's only like 3 days. Boom. Well,
Done.
I can't serve you until 3 days from now.
And what he should have done is he should have wished for more time.
Yeah, for sure. But when you're checking IDs, that is so like intricate. And like I said, he came up in a group of like 5 or 6 people.
You got a line going,
and they're
people
all
behind you.
and they're all kind of right around the same thing. And he's literally turning 21 in a couple of days. You're like, but you're not 21 yet.
Well, so then that brings me to my next question with you, because high school parties, when you were in high school, and did the cops ever come? Did you ever like have a bonfire somewhere at someone's house and the cops show up?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
many times. Yeah, our freshman party, freshman in high school.
Wait, time out. Hold on. I mean, I guess I'm not cool. You
didn't go to parties in freshman?
Dude, no, it was
our freshman party.
That's insane. It was always senior parties. That's crazy.
So that wasn't my first party. That was like the end of our freshman year. We were having a party for being freshmen going into
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy to me.
So I'd already been to parties.
Well, I know you've been to parties, but we never had freshman or sophomore. It was just always a senior party. You had freshman party?
Like, yeah, at the end of the year, we had a freshman party.
Did you have a sophomore party?
Yeah.
Did you have a junior party?
Yeah, we had.
This is blowing my mind right now.
More than one.
That's crazy.
But at the end of the year, we had the end. It's the end of our freshman year. Let's have a party. We were way up on the top of the hill, and there's actually a person that owns a business. Well, his father owned the business, and now he's taken over the business that owned the property. I don't know how this individual didn't get invited to the party, honestly. But it was their property, and we're all the way at the top of this hill. And I was up there, and actually I had a lot of really good friends from Auburn, whatever, the Trojans, whatever, Auburn, I guess just City of Auburn High School or Auburn High School.
Yeah.
And they were up there hanging out with me, and we went up there, and we're on the top of this knob. So you're looking down at the road that drives up, that then comes to a gravel road. The cement road's a long straight road. Then it comes to a gravel road, and then it twists a little bit and comes up this hill. And we're looking at that road, and we see cops rolling down that road. It's kind of like if you're partying too much and you're not really looking in that direction, they don't have their lights on or anything, you wouldn't notice. But when you look down that road and you see like 5 cop cars and a van, you're like,
okay.
I wonder where they're going, right? So like, oh shoot. And it'd been told, I'd never been on this hill before, and it'd been told to me, well, if the cops come, there's a trail down the backside. So we go, so me and my Auburn friends, we go down the backside and we get on the other side.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's 2 guys on horseback that are sitting there, and they're like wearing some green shirts that are kind of sheriff-ishy shirts.
Yeah.
Like, son, or whatever, you need to stop right there. You can't come any further down this hill. I'm like, oh shit, all right, turn around and go back the other way. So those cops are still coming up the hill.
Yeah.
So straight went down the side of the hill, just trailblazed down the side of the hill. They're coming up the road. We're just going through the bushes, hop out, get out to the road, down at the main. We didn't go right to the main gate. We kind of went around the main gate. get out on the road and then start sticking the thumb out. And pickup truck comes by and picks us all up.
Oh, you're fine.
Gets us out of there.
Wow.
And that's the first time that I can remember that was a really bad one, where that was near miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever get busted though?
Yeah. So there's another one, sophomore party, or
See,
a party,
These
a
are
party,
made up stories at this
a
point.
party during the sophomore year.
Okay.
This one really sucked. It was so that one was like towards dusk. It wasn't after dark, so we could see everything. This one was after dark. And we were out past Cumberland, so it's more woodsy, that sort of thing. The other one was like kind of in front of Cumberland. It's more like the flats out there, VZ Valley area. So it's more woodsy, and all of a sudden the we have a long gate or a long driveway that goes to a gate, and basically we jimmy rigged the gate. You went around the gate and that sort of thing. Well, all of a sudden the cops like block off the gate, and then they're kind of walking in from there, and you're like, oh shit, and then everybody's like, oh, cops are coming. And you're like, okay, so we go to take off. Well, then helicopter shows up and start hovering around. Oh shit, the cops have a helicopter, and at the time I was like, I should just bolt, just run. Yeah. But my ride was with me. We didn't park at the party spot. We were down the road a little way, so we could probably sneak out and get back to the car and then take off, that sort of thing. But then there's this other guy, and he started. We ran for a little ways, probably 100 yards, and he asthma really bad, and he started like wheezing and that sort of thing. No. And the guy that drove me is like, oh man, we got to hang out with this guy. I'm like, well, I feel like he'll be all right. He could just use inhaler. And he's like, he can't run. Sorry. You're the weak link. You're going to get eaten.
So yeah,
we got to go. Right. So we kind of hid around the corner in some bushes and stuff. And I feel like normal police officers wandering around with a flashlight, we would have been perfectly fine. But that helicopter, they got the heat sink thing, and they're like, oh, you got to go to the right. And they totally found us. And
did you get in trouble?
MIP. Yeah, whatever. Went to court for it.
Oh, really?
Got some class that I had to take. And
yeah, they do have that.
Yeah, some, I don't know, some alcohol class that this is what alcohol does to your body, that sort of thing.
And you're like, hey, this is great. This is great information. When I brew later,
it was just a pain in the ass.
I like this. This is good. It's something that I can use.
Yeah. So that wasn't super exciting, but I do have a funny story.
Yeah, tell me. I didn't bring any ha-ha, so you got to do this all on you.
So we had this other party spot that we called the barn, and it was right at the end of the...
And it was a junior party.
I don't know when it was. It was probably sophomore, actually. Somewhere around there. But it was right at the end of the Subversionix Dairy, which is out right by the Green River. It wasn't actually Subversionix land, because I know that family. Yeah. It was somebody else's land. I feel like it was somebody like purchased this land. There's an old barn on it, but they never put animals on it. They never did anything with it. They just purchased the land and never did anything. And that's how... I don't know who started it, but somebody went in there and was like, whoa, there's kind of a barn, which is great. In the wintertime, when it's raining, you can be in a barn. And, it's a big, wide open barn. There wasn't like hay, and it was more dirt. So we built like a little bonfire sort of thing in the middle of the barn, right? And we weren't really trying to burn the barn down or anything. We just hung out. We didn't want to ruin a good spot, right? So we used to hang out there and hung out there for several months, like every weekend, every other weekend we go out there. We mix it up, so we didn't want to be out there all the time. Some dumbass took some a tree branch, and threw it. So it's right on a corner too. It comes around this long corner. Dumbass took a tree branch and threw it out in the middle of the street because they thought that would be funny. Let's see people come around the corner and hit this tree branch. Guess what the first car that came around the corner was?
Oh,
it was
no.
King County cop, and goes,
what are you freaking doing?
And the police officer pulls over, puts on his flashers, all this sort of thing, just to move the branch off the street because he's going, well, this is kind of a dangerous corner to have a branch in it, right? He's doing his due diligence, respectful. But then all of a sudden, he starts hearing all these kids going, shit, the cops, the cops, the cops. And he's like, oh, well, I guess there's a party right here.
Oh,
right?
No.
So then, of course, he calls his friends and that sort of thing. So me and the girlfriend, we kind of sneak out the side of the barn and we start going. And I know this pasture land pretty well. Mm-hmm. And there's 6-strand barbed wire out there. And it's tight. It's tight barbed wire. It's not like you can crawl through it. It's more like crawl over it.
Yeah.
So we're sneaking out there because I parked around the corner and up the street a little bit. That's how the people that are there all the time, we do that. If you want to park on the property, that's great, but you're going to get blocked in and get trapped and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to park way up the street. And then if cops come, I'll just hop these fences and I'll go over there. So we're going out there and it's pitch black. It's middle of the night. It's midnight, 1 a.m., something like that. So we're going out there kind of creeping along slow, kind of feeling like, I know there's a fence right around here. And this guy, oh man, I don't know if I want to name drop, but
don't name drop.
This guy that I know pretty well. I feel like he was sitting by the fire and kind of fell asleep sort of thing. And then somebody's like, the cops are here, dude, you got to get out of here. And so he gets up, shit, the cops. And he starts running and he is at full tilt. Like when people run, there's jogging and there's running. Like he's scared. No. He's like straight, like his legs are stretched all the way out. And he goes wham into that barbed wire.
No.
And like I said, it's tight barbed wire. This isn't like loose barbed wire, like you might trip over it sort of This is like wham, and it's like a springboard and bounces him back, right? And it's 6 foot high barbed wire, so it's taller than he is.
Oh my!
So
gosh.
he gets barbed
big time
everywhere, like up and down, from ankle to forehead. Has barbed holes in him everywhere. And me and the girlfriend are sneaking along, and we're like, see him come, like, hey, oh, bloop. We're like, oh shit. Well, are you all right? Do you need a ride? Well, let's just crawl over this one. And then we get over that one. He's like, oh, well, I got to go. The cops are coming. Like, no, there's more barbed wire. And they start jogging. He's like,
he did it again?
No, he kind of turns. He's like, what do you mean there's more barbed? And he backs into it.
Not as hard.
He's not running, but he's still moving. He's still like,
is going
and he's
on?
looking over his shoulder at us as he goes into it, because it's a corner. It's like a four corner.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you didn't know the property, you wouldn't know, because barbed wire has no, you can't see it in the dark.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah. And so we get him at the car and like, well, are you all right? I'm fine. Yeah. The next day, no, he was not fine.
So
he was
is
rough.
he someone that we know?
No, he's not in the area anymore.
Okay, so you should name drop.
No.
If it was like Andy Cardenas, I'd be like, yeah, you got to absolutely name drop.
No, he's not in the area
Eric
anymore.
Madrid, yeah, absolutely.
I'm still Facebook friends with him.
Oh, okay.
We communicate like once a year, every 2 years or something. But
yeah, and someone listens. James Van Loo has been listening. Yeah, he's been listening to the BrewHahas. Yeah,
I've known him since junior high. Yeah,
that's good.
He went to a different elementary. Otherwise,
he should be a Patreon. But shout out to him. We're in the shout out moment right now.
Okay.
I'll let you think of a shout out. Okay.
Okay.
All right, and I'm going to go in my shout outs. Does that work?
Okay.
Shout out to my kids. My kids allow me to record. So when I get off of work and they're here, and it's typically on a Monday or Tuesday that Sean and I are typically recording, they're taking care of the dog, they're taking care of Jacqueline, and so I appreciate it. It gives me that full focus for a couple hours right before dinner where I can meet up with Sean and we can talk and we can get our episodes recorded. So shout out to Madden, Megan, Kane, and then also shout out to Jacqueline as well. She's a kid as well. And she hasn't ran in here yet, and that's
really
huge.
surprising.
That's really surprising. Yeah,
I only get that like 4 times an episode.
It's true, and then the dog's not whining. So anyway, those are my shout outs. You got a shout out?
I do. Amanda Erickson. She's the manager over at the Rainier Bar and Grill downtown.
Loves,
Love her. She's the daytime manager. She's always been a huge supporter of Cole Street. Always appreciate her. She was one of the first ones at the Rainier to ask for us to come on tap, and always lobbied to get us on tap. That being said, we're neighbors now, so I see her all the time. She's always promoting. She's always wearing my garb.
That's awesome. She allows it. Madden wore the other day at the Rainier because she works there. BrewHaha, the shirts that you made last year. Yeah. So she gets to wear that at work.
Yeah, for sure. And then just the other day, so the axe throwing, the new casting iron,
right.
Which is the brand new place downtown. So they did Founders Night, so like a local business owner sort of thing. And then Amanda came and joined me for that, and we had a great time down there. I appreciate her coming and hanging out with me because that's kind of awkward, weird
when you're by yourself, the whole thing,
it's weird because people, it's just everything is going on there. It's like hard to really grasp everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that she came and hung out, and we both had a better idea of what their game plan is. They're going in stages. They're opening the axe throwing first, then they're going to do a bar, then they're going to do a kitchen. So they're going to
just phase
progressively
1, phase 2.
get onto it.
Well, that's awesome. That's real cool. Shout out to Amanda. I want to shout out a few people as well. I just thought about this as you were talking, okay? There's been a lot of negativity. Now, we've got a lot of stuff. We got levies. We had levies going on, school, school stuff. We had, it's this very political COVID. We've got a very, it's a very tense time right now with people. And I just want to shout out the people that just do what they do, positive, being positive. Be positive about it. It's okay to have a differing view on anything.
Yeah, everybody comes from a different background.
But if you're looking to tear down people and this and that, publicly, I mean, that, if you resort to that, then at that point it means that you're probably losing the argument, in my opinion. you gotta stand by your beliefs, but at the same time, do your best not to trash others. And this is coming from Travis Kenny, who hates the Enum Claw community forum, because they kicked me out. But I don't really hate. Do I really hate them? I don't hate them. But I just pretend to. I don't care. I got my own discussion board.
They have too many rules.
1.4 thousand members. That sounds cooler when I say that. 1.4 thousand. It's actually like 1,400.
Sure.
There you go.
Kudos to you.
Kudos to me. Only me.
Yeah. You might be the admin of that.
I may or may not be. Yeah. Kudos to Sean for getting Full Buddy Cast Group to be so big, man. You sent those. It's great. It's awesome. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great week. Sean, love you. Thanks for being on.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Beer's feeling great.
Yeah, love drinking.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Making your way in the world today, you really need a pod. Why don't you put your headphones in and give this one a shot? Wouldn't you like to just listen away and go to a place where everybody knows who you are? Listen to Two Guys BrewHaha, Cold Street Brewery and Full Buddy Cast, two of the greatest names. Why don't you go and listen to this episode?